It was a busy week for Dayton athletics, and it started Tuesday night on the hardwood as Dayton women used a 10-0 run to come back and beat Southeast Missouri State 75-70. Nicole Stevens in her Flyers debut made some big plays late and led UD with 15 points. 5 Flyers were in double figures, and Ariana Smith started the season with a double-double, scoring 11 points and grabbing 10 rebounds. Dayton was back in action Friday night against Delaware State and jumped out early against the Hornets, cruised to a 79-44 victory. Ivy Wolf had 22 points, and for the second straight game, Shantavia Dawkins scored 12. Wednesday, the women's soccer season unfortunately came to an end in the Atlantic 10 Championship semifinal as they fell to UMass 2-1. Eric Gold's group outshot the Minute women, but it was a late goal that pushed UMass into the championship game. Dayton ended the season 14-4-2. Men's soccer won their 6th straight. It was the Atlantic 10 Championship quarterfinal as they beat Davidson Friday night 1-0. Andrew Armstrong was able to break through for the Flyers, scoring in the 86th minute. It was the freshman's 8th goal of the year. The Flyers come into the week ranked number 7 in top drawer soccer and in the top 5 when looking at the national poll. Dayton volleyball won their 18th straight Friday night, beating Davidson in straight sets. Congratulations to head coach Tim Horsman, who picked up win number 400 at UD. And on Saturday, the seniors were celebrated, and Dayton won their 19th straight in a row, beating Davidson 3-0. UD now 26-1 on the season and perfect in the Atlantic 10 at 16-0. The Flyers stay at number 19 in the top 25 poll. Busy Saturday included Dayton football at Welcome Stadium, and the Flyers' late comeback fell short as they lost 16-10 to San Diego. The week concluded in front of a sold-out crowd at UD Arena Saturday night as Dayton took on Northwestern. Anthony Grant's group erased a 13-point deficit to beat the Wildcats 71-66. 4 Flyers were in double figures, and Enoch Cheeks and Nate Santos led Dayton with 16 points. For Cheeks, he had a career-high 6 steals, and Dayton's defense led to offense, and the Flyers moved to 2-0 to start the season. This week, we talked to both Santos, Cheeks, and Javon Bennett, who are the returning starters from last year's NCAA tournament team. We highlight their first year at UD and their roles for this season.
So this year right now, I kind of see myself, being able to play off the ball a little bit more. I know last year I was kind of really, when Mally went down, I was the only real point guard we had on the team, so I had to, kind of orchestrate everything. And I feel like this year with Mally coming back and, Posh being in the mix, I can kind of use my ability to shoot the ball, especially from deep. And I feel like that's just one way I can help the team.
The Orlando, Florida native still looks forward to guarding and is excited to have a couple of new running mates in the backcourt.
Defensively, I feel like we could just pick up 94 feet to harass people, kind of be like that Nat. People don't want to play and dribble the ball up against. So that's kind of like one thing, we kind of saw as a strength of this team is, our ability to harass, play 94 feet with the guys we have, especially like you said, the 3 guards, me, Mally, and Posh. So, that's kind of what we're doing in practice. We're trying to imitate how we're going to play in the game, with, picking up 94 feet and trapping. And I feel like that can be a good plus for us.
Santos also looks forward to the new players and playing style.
I just think with the new guys, they allow us to play it a different way. And, obviously we have a lot of experience coming back from last year's team. So there's a lot of good mix of just new talent and hopefully a different style of play. So I think it's exciting, it's something new and it's unique.
From 3 transfers that started a year ago, Dayton welcomes in 3 new transfers in Zed Key from Ohio State, Posh Alexander from Butler, and Jacob Connor from Marshall. Javon Bennett's first ever college game, he faced off against Posh Alexander. The junior is happy both have teamed up at Dayton.
Posh is he's a vet. He's been around basketball for a long time. He's fun to be around. It just made me, go harder in practice, just being able to go against those guys, every day and, see how hard they work. It just makes me want to go hard. And I feel like, all of us competing for the same spot and, trying to win is going to help everybody out in the long run. So
Cheeks shares a similar connection from a previous stop and once a former opponent, now a current teammate.
Me and Jacob actually played when I was at my old school, RMU. I played in my Marshall, I think, twice. So I know Jacob's game and things like that. It's just funny that, the basketball world is so small and then we just turn into teammates. But Jacob is a quiet guy, kind of stays to himself, but when he's on the court, you can feel his presence. He's just a good spirit and a good human being.
The senior from Providence, Rhode Island, is also excited about adding some experience.
Zed Key, he's a unique guy. He's always himself. That's one thing I really respect about Zed Key. No matter what, he's always going to be himself. He's a rim protector. He loves to get on the rim as well. Him having experience of playing in the Big Ten is something that is very helpful for our teams. He has that experience of, playing high-level opponents every single day, day in and day out.
This year's squad features a lot of experience with a starting lineup of all upperclassmen. Some new additions with familiar faces. For Santos, the goal remains the same.
Personally, I think just it being my last year, just wanting to go back to the tournament, wanting to win championships. I think also, having the A10 accolades last year was cool, but, I think for the most important thing for me is just team success and getting back to where we were last year and even more.
This entire feature will be available at noon on Thursday. Spotify, Apple Music, and our YouTube channel at Dayton Flyers. It's another busy week that starts tomorrow with 2 home events. Wednesday at Beaujean Field, the Dayton men's soccer team takes on the Fordham Rams in the A10 championship semifinal with first kick at 7. Also at 7 o'clock, Dayton Basketball hits the hardwood as they welcome in Ball State. On Thursday, women's basketball hits the road to face Duke, tip at 7. Best of luck Friday to men's and women's cross country, who will compete at the NCAA Great Lakes Regional. Friday night, volleyball looks to stay perfect in the league when they travel to St. Louis to face the Billikens at 7. Wrapping up the regular season against SLU on Saturday, that matchup 3 o'clock. Dayton football also in action Saturday at home against Valparaiso, kickoff at noon. Men's basketball takes on Capital Saturday night with tip from UD Arena at 7. And the week ends Sunday at 1 when women's basketball faces Tennessee State at home. For more information on Dayton Flyer athletics, go online, DaytonFlyers.com, and follow us on social media at Dayton Flyers.